everyone. Welcome to Lex Talk, World Talk Show presented by ClickAway Creators. Today we have Ms. Meenakshi Acharya with us. Meenakshi completed her law from KC Law College, Mumbai in 2008. She has versatile experience in mergers and acquisitions, private equity, investments, foreign investment policies, corporate and commercial transactions, also capital market, e-commerce, real estate, infrastructure, employment, and labor matters. Meenakshi's experience in working with top law firms of India like AZB and Partners, Thakkar and Thakkar, ARA Law, and Singhania and Co. has helped her to guide RMA Legal to its current position in the market. Over 14 years in the legal space, Meenakshi's experience includes structuring of foreign investment in light of the Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999, conducting due diligence on potential investment targets, conducting due diligence and preparing DD reports, including advising clients in relation to transactional documentation, pre and post investment restructuring, as well as statutory compliances. Without any further ado, let me just introduce you to the woman herself. Hello, Meenakshi, how are you?
Hi. Thanks for the great introduction, Bharti. Thanks a lot.
Pleasure is all ours, Meenakshi. It's lovely having you. It's completely a pleasure. Meenakshi, we're really keen to know about your journey. I mean, you have been in the industry for more than a decade now, and the things have changed a lot. I'm sure there must be a lot of struggles, success stories, failure stories, and everything combined that you would want to talk about.
Yes. Coming to talk about my journey of 13 to 14 years of legal is actually very interesting, and there's been a totally twist in my career. Initially, to start with my career, I had been advised by my family to take a course of charter accountancy, which I pursued very successfully. And then while pursuing this CA, I got an opportunity to work with esteemed law firm Thakkar and Thakkar as an internal auditor. And then while pursuing CA and working as an internal audit work transaction, I came across with the law subject. I interacted with the lawyers, associates, and it just got connected, somehow got inspired to undertake law. And then I decided, like, okay, I have to do this law. I took an admission, and later I got an opportunity to work with AZB and Partners. I had applied for a paralegal and I got into, and it was very grateful. Like Zia had took my interview and I was successfully through and worked under her. So working with Zia, I've got a lot of experience, and looking at her multitasking, handling office front, handling home front, it gave me a huge experience. And from there, like my journey, legal journey has started. Then I switch over to ARA Law Firm. ARA Law Firm, again, I got a huge experience, e-commerce platform, legal due diligence, advice, FDI compliances, foreign exchange regulations, compliances. A lot of exposure I got into ARA Law Firm. So from there, the legal journey started. Then I switch over with Singhania and Partners, where again I got a legal structuring work, FDI compliances, foreign structuring for a foreign clients. So this was totally like, domestic and international client services just started this thing. So this is the journey, like, just a twist from a audit platform to a legal platform. Yes.
Thank you, Meenakshi. That was quite a journey. At the same
Yes.
time, when you have worked with some amazing, organizations in the past, what was your vision to set up your own firm? Like, how did
Vision.
you just plan it out? And was it always on your mind, or it just happened? And how did that work out?
Technically, I always wanted to provide unparalleled services to clients. I was always willing to accept the challenges, always keeping in mind the business aspects, the business, always business oriented, you can say. So always wanted to pursue with legal services. And I was willing to accept the challenges, like, that I knew that I have to work hard, because when you work with any law firm, you get a ready-made clients. The clients are at your, like, the clients, we have to serve to the clients whatever the law firm is provided. But here, when you set up a law firm, you have to get your clients, you have to deliver. So that was a very challenging task. So that's the reason, and always had a vision to go independent and provide legal services to the clients, whether it's their domestic clients or international clients. So always looking forward it.
Having talked about, RMA legal, which is of course an achievement, uh, I just wanted to know, like, do you have something that you would like to discuss or maybe share with our viewers, as in like your most memorable transaction? If you have had certain key takeaways, I'm sure you have been in the industry for more than a decade. There must be a lot of transactions that you would want to talk about. But let's just hear out the most memorable ones.
Yes. See, whatever I have worked on, the transactions are very challenging. They were definitely very interesting. Yeah, but now since I have to mention few cases which has really turned me around and have given a great confidence, is that when I have started RME Legal. So through my old connects, there's Australian clients and a South African clients which actually got connected with me, and they insisted me to provide legal services, do the documentation work for them. And the other side was Tata Motors. So the confidence which lies in us, like, RME Legal, so that was very great. That has motivated me, that has encouraged me, like, to perform very well, being very efficient. And that is dedication, like, the client is coming to me, and till date the client is with me. So that's the, and very successfully we had undertaken this transaction, and the work is completed. The client is happy ultimately. And secondly, if I want to more to elaborate, there's one client which actually, through a reference, the matter was referred to RME Legal. And the matter had come to RME Legal on such a deadline. It was just a week, and it was a DRT matter where the client's factory, the properties were going to be auctioned by banker, like, Vijaya Bank. And it was just a week time, and we had to like take a decisions whether to undertake this matter or not. So we just thought, like, the client had so much faith, and the reference, especially the reference, the connection who had referred the matter to us. We just thought, yes, we will do this. And in a week's time, we prepared, we worked on that matter, and very successfully we got a 3 month stay. We stopped, we hold back the auction, and 3 months time period, the client got a breathing space to repayment, to do the repayment for all the borrowings, whatever they had. So this is all actually an encouragement, like, to continue further, to work hard, and to accept the challenges as and when it come across. Like, it's no looking back, no giving up. Of course, we have faced a lot of difficulties initially, how this is going to take place, like, how we are going to get the clients and all. So it's just, you have to stick to your dreams, so the things works out. Completing this task, the client's work very successfully has made RME Legal to sustain, to cross the break-even point where, like, we were initially too scared, or maybe hesitant, like, whether, like, this will take place or not. Like, there was always a dicey situation at the initial stage. I mean, if I can say in 2015, but gradually, as in when we grow, I feel that as you grow older, of course, age is a number for me, but as you grow older, you feel more confident. You feel more confident. You are more determined with your plans through strategy things and whatever certain things, and it really helps. It really happens within the timeline, whatever time bound you set out for yourself. Of course you have to stick to it, whatever we plans that you have to stick to it, things definitely work out.
Well, that was quite an inspiration for me and for the viewers as well. So, talking about your specialization, I'm sure everybody that I have asked this question to has a different take and different opinions about this. But how do you look at corporate law in 2021, and how do you think that it is going to change 5 years down the line?
Yeah, I think private equity is going to come back very strongly. Okay, global funding is, considering the global funding, the dry powder what they have, I feel it's going to come back. So in 2021, I foresee that a lot of transactions are going to take place. And I continue to see in 1920, 2021, there have been transactions, there have been private equity investments taking place in healthcare, pharma sector, of course, in other sectors as well, NBFC, etc. But the transaction, the investments have taken place. So I feel like the prime investments are going to pursue further in 2021. Currently, we are undertaking transactions and offshore transaction, private equity transactions where we are investing into a healthcare company. So I foresee this, considering this pandemic situation, things are not laid back. Of course, it's slowed down for some time, but gradually it's going to definitely take place.
Thank you so much, Minakshi, for sharing such great insights with us. I kind of had this question and I wanted to ask you initially,
Hmm.
but as we are coming to an end of this conversation, what advice would you like to give to people who want to, they're working with somebody, but at the same time, they have a vision to set up their own firm? Uh, and with that, like another question added to that would be, you're doing quite good. You have worked with some amazing organizations in the past, as I've already mentioned earlier. How difficult is it to leave those organizations? Because at one point of time, you're doing quite good for yourself, but at the same time, you have a vision and you want to work on it. So, how exactly does it feel?
Yes, that's really interesting question. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, initially in 2015, we partners decided, I mean, we of course were friends and thought of, setting up a law firm. And of course, there was a questions because we were getting a handsome salary every month, and to quit that pay and to start with the law firm afresh, where we had no idea, like, how it's going to work out, especially getting clients, speaking to potential clients and converting them into a full-fledged, like, so it was a difficult decisions. But then later, of course, we had a vision, we wanted to go independent, and thought of, yes, we will set up a law firm and we will explore all our individual connects. We started meeting all our references or connects in the initial period. Of course, business development is never ending, that goes side by side. Of course, there's no end to it. So we started with that. So that was a challenging situations. I feel like we have to keep our mind open and update your skills, and feel like you have to accept the challenges whatever come across. It's not only we be the doers, but of course we have to accept it, whatever like come across. So things initially was definitely difficult situations, but gradually when things worked out, when the clients, the old connects with whom we had met in 2015, and we noticed the old connects were actually gradually connecting with us. They were calling me and referring matters. So that gave a kick, like, okay, we can do it. We can do it. We can sustain. So there where we started, like, though it's a small matters, initially we started up with, but then gradually, definitely we did some IPO, SME IPO. We did 4 SME IPOs. We are doing loan litigation work and litigation work. We got some retainer clients where regularly we are advising, we're doing legal, corporate advisory work. Then, like, shipping clients are there, infrastructure clients. So it's all happened. It's just happened gradually, and we didn't never stopped meeting meeting people, meeting our connects, and definitely always tried a potential client to convert into a clients. So there how, like, just started and where we are now. Yes, I would like to advise, if like, whoever wants to set up a law firm, of course they have to keep mind open. They have to accept the challenges, whatever come across. Initially it would be definitely a difficult situations. We think about clientels, we think about clientels, how clients are going to approach us. But that's the time where we have to meet a lot of our connects. So we have to undertake business development very rigorously, and that's going to pay you off gradually. So it's no giving up. Of course, it's initially we are going to face difficulties, but there you have to stand by yourself and you have to stick to your determination. You have to stick to your dreams so you can sustain. You have to cross that hurdles, that you have to cross that hurdle. You will definitely cross the break-even point.
Thank you so much, Minakshi, for inspiring me, inspiring our audience. And we just wish you the best for your firm. And yeah, I mean, it was really a very good conversation, and even I got to learn a lot. Being a layman, I really don't understand much, but the way you were explaining everything, it was just amazing. We really
Yeah.
look forward to having a chat with you again in the future on some other trending topics in the international legal industry as well. And for our viewers, if you like this chat with Minakshi, please like and share this video, and also subscribe to ClickAway Creators YouTube channel to appreciate what we do, and you have more coming from industry leaders. This is Bharti for Lex Talk signing off.